Hello everyone, my name is Jay and welcome back to another video. Today I'm bringing you guys some Star Wars Battlefront Beta gameplay. Now I wanted to play the game a little bit first before I gave you my sort of initial impressions and my just my thoughts on the game so far. Having played a couple of games, maybe 5-6 in total. I'm level 4 in this match. This is my second time playing on this game mode, which is the bigger game mode of the two, called Walker Assault on the planet Hoth. It's the 40 player game mode, 20 aside. The other game mode being Drop Zone, which is kind of what you have to play for a little bit first if we jump into this game mode. Also, they advise if you try and click on this game mode to play it straight away, they'll be like, oh no, you should probably play some more before jumping into this game mode, just because there's quite a bit of a difference between the two game modes. This one has obviously vehicles, tokens. You can play as the heroes on this one. You can be either Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader, which are ridiculously overpowered if you know how to abuse their power. All of the stuff that you can access on this game mode that you pick up off the ground using tokens, you'll see them scattered around. Well, not scattered around, but they're in various points throughout the map. Usually the better stuff you can use are towards the enemy side, so it sort of promotes you to be a bit more, you know, ballsy going into their territory. And I guess it promotes skilled players, maybe, because you can survive in their area a lot more. So yeah, there's a couple of things to note here. We're on the Imperial side, and in my opinion on this particular game mode, it's pretty easier, or a lot more easier, sorry, to win as the Imperials as it is to win as the Rebels. If you're unfamiliar with the Star Wars series, the Imperials are sort of the bad guys who work for Darth Vader, you know, the stormtrooper type people, and the Rebels are obviously the freedom fighters, the good people trying to, you know, rebel against them. Obviously that's why they're called rebels. So yeah, I think this leans more towards the rebel side just because of what they have available to them. The various vehicles, they have the AT-ATs, which are the big walkers. They sort of look like elephants. I'm sure you've seen them before and you'll see them in the game. And there's also the AT-STs, which are the smaller ones. They're a lot more nimble, but they can be pretty devastating if the team doesn't work together to take them down. That's why I feel like it's more, the game leans more towards the rebel side, sorry, the Imperial side, because I don't know, they have a lot easier time. They don't have to work so much as a team to get the job done. All they have to do is basically push through the map and get to the end. As you can see on the scoreboard on the top, sort of indicates how the game's going. On the right hand side you can see we have both of our walkers still up, and in the middle is how much of the map we have controlled. Our team is obviously indicated in blue to represent the team we're on, and the red side is theirs. And on the left there's their aircraft. I think it's how much they have at a time, how much they have up in the air at a time. I'm not entirely sure about that, but the main ones you need to focus on are the right hand side and the middle. This map is huge. It's broken up into 3 sections. That's why you can see the 3 dots on the map at the top. Currently we haven't secured any yet, but as we continue to push forward and keep their sort of satellite things offline, as you can see on the left, as long as they don't get in control of theirs, we'll keep pushing through the map. That's why I feel like it's a lot easier to win as the Imperials, because you have to, as the Rebels, there's Luke Skywalker there. I didn't actually notice him straight away. Fortunately my teammate saved my life, otherwise I probably would have been dead there. I'm running up here. You'll see a token I pick up in a second. You might be able to see it, unless it hasn't spawned yet. I don't know, but there's a token I pick up, and that's basically how all the power-ups in this game mode work. There is a couple on the other map, but they're sort of just like player power-ups. There, as you can see, they're spawned, the little token thing. I also jump in one of the AT-ATs in this match, although I don't really do anything with it because this is like my second match on this map, so I don't really know what's going on. So you sort of see me like walking the wrong way sometimes as well, and I'm just playing sort of slowly, just aiming a lot. Because if you're not careful, you can get picked off like across the map. That's one of the things I kind of like about this game mode more, is it feels like more like a war zone, like an actual battle. Like it's a very big map with a lot of stuff going on, lots of aircraft and explosions. Plus you have a lot of people on your team as well, so it sort of feels like a mini army type thing. And when you throw in the heroes into the mix, it just makes it more epic, like Darth Vader versus Skywalker. You don't actually see them both up at the same time. It can happen, but it doesn't happen in this match. The heroes you can play aren't exclusive to the team you're on. So if you're on the Imperials, you can't only just play as Darth Vader. It's whoever picks up the tokens gets to control them. You only get to use them for like 90 seconds though, so it's not like you get to use it until you die. There is a time limit on it, because if you got to use it until you die, it'd probably be pretty broken. And that would be one of the things I would say that I don't like about this game. So we should probably get to that. So pros and cons. The only main issue that I have with this game so far, and it's pretty much exclusive to the PC version, which is what I'm playing on in case you didn't catch that, is there's mouse acceleration on now. Usually in every FPS PC game there's mouse acceleration on. But the only difference with this game and the rest of them is that you can usually turn it off, and you always want to turn off mouse acceleration, because what that will do is accelerate your mouse sensitivity more than you actually aim it. So if you aim it like a little bit to the right, it might go further to the right than you were anticipating, and likewise for the left and all the other directions. And the reason why that's an issue and why you need to be able to turn it off is because it hinders your aim quite a bit. You've probably noticed me so far like messing up my aim quite a bit. That's because the mouse acceleration is on and there's actually not a setting in the game at the moment to turn it off. So I'm really hoping they put that in. I can't see why they wouldn't. I'm sure that would make a lot of people pretty angry, especially the PC guys, or obviously the PC guys, because it doesn't really affect console players, because there's no such thing as mouse acceleration on console. But anyway, I'm in the AT-AT here. Like I said, I don't do anything. But yeah, that's the main concern I have with this game. It did mess up my aim in a couple of instances in this particular match, especially when aiming the sniper rifle. I missed slightly to the right and to the left sometimes. Now, I will admit there is some instances where it's just my bad aim, but the mouse acceleration doesn't help with that. You know, if I'm having bad aim already, then the mouse acceleration is just going to make the little hindrance a bit of a hindrance, or more of a hindrance, I should say. So that's only my real main concern. Other than that, everything so far has been running smooth. The gameplay is very smooth, very enjoyable. It's not as like I don't know how to describe it. It's not as groggy as Battlefield tends to be, or at least Battlefield 4. That felt really like sluggish and felt like very weighted down. This feels a lot more smooth, a lot more streamlined, so it was a lot more enjoyable to play. I do enjoy the guns. I do like them. I like the feel. They were pretty fun to use. Not too overpowered. I didn't really find any gun that outweighed the other one. The sniper rifle though is pretty powerful. As you can see there, I didn't exactly kill him in one shot, but obviously if you hit them in the head, it's going to kill them pretty much every time. So yeah, there's nothing too overpowered in terms of the guns. The one thing I will say, however, is the grenade. If you see in the bottom right, you see my equipment. The grenade is on the left. I think that's a little bit too overpowered, because basically how this game handles ammo is there is none. Basically everything works on cooldowns. Like if you throw out the grenade, then you get to use it again in like 8 seconds or so, and its blast radius is pretty big for that. As you can see, I just threw it out there by accident, and I'll get to use it again in like 5-6 seconds. So you never run out of grenades, run out of ammo. You just have to make sure you don't overheat your gun. But the guns aren't really the main issue. The grenade, in my opinion, was more of an issue because it's pretty strong for how often you can use it. I did mess up there. I thought it was further down. But yeah, the guns seem pretty balanced. Yeah, just like I said, the grenade probably could be tweaked a bit. Maybe reduce the blast radius or just increase how many times you can use it. Or increase the cooldown, sorry, so that you can't use it as often. Because getting to use it every 5-6 seconds for the amount of damage it does and the amount of zoning potential it has, meaning if you throw it in a certain area, it will deter enemies away from it and sort of funnel them into the area you want to go. Especially as you just saw then, it's pretty effective in those short corridors. It could, if you throw a well-placed grenade in one of those corridors, you could probably wipe out like 5-6 people. I'm not even joking. The blast radius is pretty big on that. And like I said, you can use it every 6 seconds or so. So that is probably one of my only main issues, apart from mouse acceleration, which is sort of system side sort of thing. It does affect gameplay, but it's not an in-game thing that you can adjust. You just need to add it into the game. That is probably my main concern. Other than that, I didn't have any issues, no glitches, no crashes, no weird things happening. The graphics, don't really need to talk about them too much. They're pretty great, in my opinion. I wasn't even playing on the max graphics settings, and they look pretty damn good to me. I don't crank stuff up to maximum on betas just because, you know, they're not completely optimized. I don't think I was even running the driver that supports this game when I did this video, so I didn't want to, you know, mess around with it too much. I'm playing on high, I think, so the graphics are pretty good even for high settings. They look, yeah, they look what you'd expect from a DICE game. Running off the Frostbite engine, it's probably slightly upward from Battlefield 4 because it definitely, like I mentioned, it doesn't feel as sluggish and as weighted down as Battlefield 4 did. So they've obviously made some adjustments somewhere to make it feel a little bit more smoother and a little bit more nimble. Yeah, you see me failing at the orbital strike there. Although I think I did get 1 or 2 people in the end, I can't actually tell. Maybe that's another thing they can adjust as well, making the kill feed and the kill scoring a bit more clear. Because some of the times I couldn't actually tell that if I'd killed someone, and when I ticked the little numbers it was too late and I couldn't tell. And the kill feed doesn't really tell you anything, it just tells you player X killed player Y, and it doesn't tell you how you killed them. Maybe they could switch the text up for some icons that they do in Counter-Strike or something like that, like replace just saying, instead of just saying you killed them, you can show them like what you killed them with and if somebody assisted you in killing them. So yeah, the kill feed, as you can see, it's on the right hand side. It's lacking a little bit of information, at least for me. I mean, maybe it's not incredibly important for the game, but it would be a nice little clarity adjustment, or adjustment for clarity's sake. Because, like I said, there was a couple of times in this game where I didn't actually know if I'd killed someone, or if I helped somebody kill them. So that probably stopped me from going to certain places in fear of if someone was still alive or not, because I couldn't actually tell. Or maybe I'm just being an idiot, I don't know. But yeah, the game is coming to a close here. We managed to push them through. They didn't even take out one of our AT-ATs. So that's why I said that I think the game mode's a lot easier for Imperials. Unless the Rebels can win this game mode pretty easily, but they require a lot more teamwork and coordination than the Imperials do. The Imperials can just run around and basically the game wins itself most of the time. Which, I don't know, I don't think playing from the Rebel point of view is entirely fun. I don't know, I've only ever played this game mode twice so far on the Imperial side, so I've been enjoying it so far. I am a fan of winning and not getting my ass kicked or dying 20 times. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. So my overall thoughts on the game, really enjoying it so far, positives all round. Like I said, just those couple of issues that were annoying me, but nothing major. So there you have it, guys, we win. I think I went 14 and 7, not too bad, not too great, but there you go, guys. Just want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care now.